Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's proceedings. Before we continue, may I ask our religious leaders to offer prayers, please. Imam C, you have the floor.
Assalamu alaikum. Waaw dafa melni lu dalé ko dembu be tay de ñu ngi doon ci metit ay suñ gune yu ñakoon ci wër bi fukki fanam. Ba légui ñu ngi leena gëna dolil ñaan ñi nga xamni jitu nañ yalla jéggal leen ñu fi dess té ñu nekk ay jafe-jafe yalla may leen faj gu yaram seen yaram bi yalla fajal leen ko may leen buntu yu ko mëna faj yalla séddalal leen seen feebar bi seen waajur yi itam yalla man leen ko muñloo ñun itam yalla muñ ko muñloo ñu gën leen dolil ñaan bi tey ñu defal leen ñeenti fatiha ak juróom ñaar suratu qadri inna anzalnahu ñu yéene ñi nga xamantene jitu na ñu yéene leen yool bi ñi fi neex itam yalla fajal leen yalla may leen wér gu yaram ak gudd fan أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين وإن تستفتحوا فقد يكون النصر من الله فتح قريب وبشر المؤمنين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل والله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Shukran, Imam C. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Praise, O praise our God and King, hymns of adoration sing, for his mercy still endure, ever faithful, ever sure. God of compassion and of love, God of healing, God of comfort and consolation, we called to your most holy name this morning hour as we bring before you the victims of April 11, 2000. We bring all those who were gunned down and their lives were taken for no just cause. Lord God, you have created all life and you have valued all life. We ask that, Lord, that you will receive their souls in your heavenly bosom. We bring those who have been made unable, or disabled rather, who have been made disabled for life, those who are in wheelchairs, those who are using crutches, and those who have permanent sickness in their body. We bring all of these before you. Lord of healing, we ask that by your goodness and by Holy Spirit's power, you will stretch your healing balm of Gilead over each and every one of those. May you also bring solace to each and every one of them, to soothe their pains at this moment. We bring all family members who were affected and siblings who were affected in both tragedies, those of death and those who have been made disabled. We ask, Lord, that you and your compassion, you will make provision for the disabled to be taken care of, for the families who are affected to also be taken care of, and that there will be adequate reparation, and there will be healing, and also your justice will descend mightily, and your justice will heal this land, and the never again slogan will take its root, so that those in the security forces will learn to use the barrel of the gun in the right way and not to point it against those whom they are meant to secure. Lord God, we continue to ask that you look kindly upon this land and you help us as we come to grips with all these human rights violations that have taken place in this land, so that, Father in heaven, all by your goodness and your mercy and your grace, you will bring about reconciliation. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Odiko, for those prayers and the words of comfort. Council, are we ready with this morning's witness?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, members of the audience. We have a witness ready to take the witness seat. Mr. Osha, kindly bring in the witness, and Mrs. Sagar Thomas Jahate would lead this witness this morning. Thank you.
I, Muhammed L.K. Bojang, CRG, do swear that
I will speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you too. May I sit down?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, Commissioners. Thank you, Mr. Witness. Should I ask him about the line? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Witness.
Good morning.
Okay, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to speak in the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can speak in Mandinka language if you prefer.
Well,
it's your choice.
Yes, I can speak Mandinka too for the benefit of the people outside. Some of them will not be able to speak in English.
Would you prefer to speak in Mandinka? It's your choice.
Yeah?
Very well. Then let's speak in Mandinka.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Witness. Can you please introduce yourself to the commissioners and tell us who you are?
Good morning. The Commissioner of TRRC. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammed L.K. Bojang, CRD.
Ntomu Muhammad L.K. Bojaniti, CRD.
I was born at Sukuta
Nguluta Sukutale
on the first day of January 1942.
January Karo Telefulo 1942.
Can you kindly give us just a brief summary of your educational and professional background? Just in brief.
I start my schooling at Sukuta Primary School from Standard 1 to Standard 4. Then I transferred to Serakunda School from Standard 5 to Standard 7. And then I proceed to Latikunda Junior Secondary School, where I completed my schooling. From there, then I went to my parents. I stayed with them till 1967. I completed my school in 1964. Then, in 3 years' time, then I joined the Gambia Police Force in 1967. On the first day of June, then I complete my training at 31st of December 1967. After my passing out, I was posted at Banjul Police Station, where I execute my police duties. I was posted at Banjul Station. Sometimes I used to go for beat patrol. In those days, Banjul has a beat and their name. Number 1 beat up to number 6, 5 and 6. From there, I was transferred to the office of Officer Commanding A Division, Mr. C.J.B. Kalha, a white man. I'm his clerk. Then, whilst I was there too, and he sent me, I went for my refresher course. After my refresher course, I'm exempted from efficiency bar. Then I rose. Then from there, I came out. I was posted to the traffic. I spent some time there. Then I started to move. I went to different branches of the police training. As I was there, then I was promoted to first class after my firing exercise. After my firing exercise, then I was at the back to OCA office. There was a time when this Black Panther, Black Scorpions comes into this country, and they are provoking the securities. And it become a riot in this country. That is the last riot I attended, Gambia Police Force.
Do you remember when this riot was?
This was in 1970.
It is correct that you said the riot was actually instigated by the Black Panther movement. Is this the Black American?
Is called, yeah, they call themselves Black Panther movement.
Is this the Black American organization that originated
exactly,
from the States?
Exactly, it's a Black American organization which came here, and then Soljara and others are the ringleaders. So we start to fight with them. And Mr. Mahoney with his unit from Philly Force, Gomez, Mr. Nicol, Sol Samba, and others, the police came out with their unit. I was in #1 batting section. From there, we fight with them and we conquered them. After that riot, I was transferred to McCarthy Island Division. Whilst I McCarthy, I was transferred to Kuntal, Base, then I'm back. Then I went, I'm posted to Banyan Station. From Banyan Station, I went to the account section. As I was in account section, from there, this 1981 coup came.
Can you tell us what your rank was in 1981?
1981, I was a sergeant. You know, in any service, sergeant is responsible for the force, for the men. It's the heart of the service. So whilst we are there, this 1981 Kukwe Sambasanyan came. And the morning, then alarm was blown, everybody's out. By then we were in the mosque for morning prayers. And two information came. One, they said foreign people attack depot. Two, they said there is overthrow. The field force want to take over the government. And this matter was there. By then, Ablaye Mbube is the Inspector General of Police. So we all moved to the headquarters. And whilst we were at the police headquarters, all the senior officers and the men, the information came, and we heard the sound of AK-47 and SLR and SLMG. These are weapons. Well, we know that now there is no joke in it.
Yes. Mr. Bojang, can you just kindly just move forward from 1981? Just tell us in brief what happened so that we can move on to later years.
Okay, in 1981, we insisted that Kuko Sambasanya will not take government. We insisted under the command of IJK Tambajang. IG, it was the Ablaye Mbube. And we fought. At the end, we conquered them because we received all the ministers and keep them at the police headquarters and put a barrier, and then we start to open fire to each other. So at the end of that fight, I was decorated by Ceesay, the Grand Commander, Republic of the Gambia. I was decorated by His Excellency President Sadauda Jawara.
What was your decoration?
Ceesay, Commander, Republic of the Gambia.
Please proceed.
So from there, well, I was there, then I went for my CID course. When I came, I was posted as OC commanding serious crime.
When was this? What year was this?
This was 1994, 93, 94.
Very well. Can we just rewind to 1992? Where were you in 1992?
1992, I was the station officer at Bakau Police Station. While I was there, the ex-president Jammeh was somebody who has no respect for nobody.
What was his position at the time?
He was the military police, heading the military police. First of all, he just came and picked my signboard, and I sent a warning to him, let him stop. And that he doesn't. We met up at the African village, by Job Hotel there. When we meet up there, he told me that I am provoking him. I said, yes, who are you? Then we fought. I conquered him there. So we fought 3 times. The third one was one of his boys who seized a motorbike from a Fulham man and came and reported to Bakau Police Station, which Tamsir Baji. So I asked my men, if they go out and saw this motorbike, let them seize it.
Who was Tamsir Baji?
He's a Zandam officer.
Working on the Yaya Jammeh at the time?
Working on the Yaya Jammeh. So my men went to traffic checking. They came across with this man and they arrested him, bring him. I said, okay, obtain a cautionary statement and voluntary statement from him and charge him for section 245 and 252 of the criminal code. And which they did. I personally, I was standing when he was cautioned by Judge's Rule, paragraph 3. I was there when my men are doing that. Then I say, let them place him in cell. He want to resist. I say, force him there. If you commit an offense, we deal with you. So it's outside. So from there to rules on the matter, it was 1992 first month when I lead the prayers to my personnel for first month. Then I went to bed. Between the hour of 01 hours to 02 hours, Sabu Ceesay knocked my door. Then I wake up and then he told me that NSS officer was standing nearby.
Who was Sabu Ceesay?
Sabu Ceesay, I think he's still with the Gambia Police Force. I don't know whether he's in Bakau, I don't know where he is, but he's still in the Gambia Police Force.
Was he working with you at the time?
Yeah, he was with me. He was on night duty then. So he came and told me that this NSS officer says that one of the dangerous rebel enter, now he's staying at Kachikal. So, you know, the NSS didn't have power for arrest, because they are there for subversive act against the state. So, unfortunately, then I came out. I put my halftime on, then I say, okay, you can go. On my arrival in the station, to my surprise, my station is full with the gendarmerie.
Were you living at the barracks at the time, at Bakau?
I was living in the barracks as a station officer in charge of barracks. And thereby they start to beat here and there. They said they must take Tamsir out of cell and go with the motorbike. I said to them, over my dead body.
Can we just go back just to clarify the issue? Who did you meet at the police station when you went in from the barracks?
When I went to where?
When you came in from your quarters or from the barracks and
Yes.
you entered into the Bakau police station,
Yeah.
who did you meet there?
I met Sabu Ceesay. He's on duty. Sabu Ceesay is on duty, and then Mr. Jallo, I don't know where he is right now.
You said some people came and invaded your
Invaded,
station.
those are the Zandam. I said my station is full of with Zandamari's officers.
And who were
Led
they?
by Jammeh.
What was his rank at the time, do you know?
He's the lieutenant. He is the head of the Zandamari military police there. So thereby we start to fight.
Do you know how many of them there were?
There are about 30. So we fought, and they stabbed me with a bayonet.
Can you tell us what a bayonet is?
Bayonet is a weapon which a soldier used to do fighting when his ammunition is empty. You can able to take position and fix the bayonet and stand fighting position.
Is the bayonet similar to a knife?
It's a sharp weapon. You stab and then you stamp. Take it off.
Do you know who stabbed you with the bayonet?
I don't know. It's my back here. I was stabbed here. Then blood is pumping out.
Is it correct that Yaya Jammeh was leading the men who stabbed you?
Well, I cannot say because it's among them. There are many. I'm alone. Even my staff who they stay in barracks, they beat them.
Did they also beat you before they stabbed you?
Mercilessly, they beat me, yes. Me, I will not hide. They beat me. They stabbed me. Somebody is stabbed.
Kindly tell us what happened after that.
After that, I was rushed to MRC, from there to Banjul RVH, where I was treated. And Dr. Jones just belt me on top of my bed, my stomach belt, and then take a sharp blade, operate my chest here. If it is not here, I will show you the mark and the stab. Then they put a pipe in my chest because this long side, my right side, is not moving. Only my left.
Your lung was collapsed.
Yes, it's collapsed.
Sorry.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. He did that to me. Then I was treated by Dr. Jones until God saved my life. I thank God on that.
How long did you spend at the hospital?
I spent 1 month plus there. I'm lying down at hospital, in the hospital rather.
Did you eventually recover?
I recovered.
Did you report the matter to the authorities? What did you do
This
about
is a
it?
concern for the state. It's a state concern. It's a state concern because I want to revenge. I'm telling you, Council, I was a marksman. The whole Gambia police force and army, the whole servicemen, they know me. I want to revenge because I have sufficient ammunition with me. Anybody I attack at you, I will get you. I'm a marksman.
So what did you do? What did you do? What eventually happened?
Then the government takes steps. They made a parade, we identified them.
And did anything happen to Yaya Jammeh and his men?
Well, not too long, about that time, what my IG told me, because they found Mr. Riley was on leave, Mr. Suso was acting as an IG, then they called Mr. Riley, the late Riley, to come up.
Are you referring to the late Sidney Riley, the IGP
I'm
at
talking
the
to
time?
Sidney Riley. It was only by then they recalled him back and he resumed, and then they took up the matter. So later, I was informed by Mr. Riley, Sidney Riley, that they're going to ban the Zanamari in this country. Let me be patient.
Very well. Let's move on to 1994.
Okay, 1994.
Where were you and what was your rank or position at the time?
Okay, in 1994, by then I was the commander of serious crime, staying at Banjul Police Headquarters. As I was there once, in the morning, every day I have to receive information from control room what happened in the country.
Where is the control room, or what is the control room?
It's police information room, where all the stations have to report there what type of crime you got, so that in the morning I will collect that and take it to the Inspector General of Police, who will in turn go and inform the head of state what happened in the country. On one fine day when I received a call that the Secretary of State for Finance involved in a motor accident.
Can you tell us where you received this information?
From the control room. On my arrival, my station officer came to my office and informed me, which is for-day Minte. Now he's working with the United Nations. I don't know whether it's in Darfur or in Israel.
What was his rank at the time?
Maybe chief inspector or inspector. He's a senior officer there. He's the man in charge, the whole personnel, and the crime, anything happen, he will come to me and place with me, we table it. While so there, this matter came. When 4-day Minte informed me about this, I said, okay, now, inform the scientific support to come out. We all move to the site and see what is happening. This is an internal matters.
Can you please tell me what kind of crimes, the serious crimes, was investigating during this time?
The serious matters like this, Ceesay's case is a serious matter. Murder cases, you know.
Was it considered
robbery cases, rape cases, anything which is serious, this serious crime has to handle it.
Was the Koro Ceesay's case considered a murder case at the time?
Well, at the moment, the time I'm receiving the information, well, we were not, I personally, I will talk about myself. I was not thinking any foul game. What information is that he involved in a motor accident. This is what I got. I did not suspect any murder case. Till when I arrived at the scene.
Where was the scene?
The scene, this occurred along Jambur-Jambanjeli Highway. That main road goes from Sokuta, Jabang, Latria, Jambanjeli, and then you can branch off, go to Sanya if you want, go to Brikam if you want, or you continue to go to Nyofel, Kunjur.
Please describe the scene of the accident when you got there.
Okay, when then we prepared, we went to the scene of the accident. On our arrival there, it was crowded. So many people are coming. We were watching. The mechanical superintendent for works, public works, Mr. Ibunjai, is staying in Bakau New Town. First test the vehicle.
What was his rank at the time?
Huh?
What was his rank at the time, Mr. Ibunjai?
He's the director of public work. He's an engineer. He's there. His name is Ibunjai. He's alive. I saw him not too long ago. Within Daunjai. He first tested the vehicle in my presence. After testing the vehicle, he went out. And Ibunjai came again. That is police mechanical superintendent. Is in charge of police transport and anything, to inspect the vehicle. This vehicle is a black Benz. That time, general regime, he ordered those type of vehicles. After Ibunjai finished, then Reskin came in. The chief fire officer came in, inspect the vehicle. After them, then I have to come. Then I asked my photographer, Alunjai. So the rumors that this vehicle involved an accident. They are saying this vehicle is running very fast. So let us go for 100 meters and then take the view of the area, and then we will check whether what they are saying is that. Because this vehicle never somersaulted, and it doesn't hit any tree or any...
Mr. Bojang, sorry, I just like to take you back so that we can clarify a few issues. The photographer, did he actually take photographs of the scene?
The photographer?
Yes, the scientific support.
That is Alunjai.
Yes, did he take photographs?
He took photograph. So whilst he's taking photograph to see whether the vehicle is on a high speed, you see when vehicle is going to be somersaulted or going to be hitting, the vehicle has to draw you either left or right, and then you return your steering, you will come back. You see the skid mark, the wheel marks going zigzag until where he's going to be somersaulted or is going to knock against anything.
Let's just take it one step at a time. We want to understand your evidence. What photographs did he take?
He took the view. It's the whole street. It's a street, highway.
Did he take the rear view of the...
He took all, including the vehicle itself. Whilst we are coming, we saw the number plate under.
What do you mean by under?
You see, that type of Benz, you have like this table. Here, the number plate is going to be there. So then I call attention of my station officer and Alunjai. I said to them, look at the number plate there. It means that something is poured on this liquid.
Are you trying to say, Mr. Witness, that the number plate was where it was supposed to be?
The rear number plate was not burned, nothing wrong with it. It means when they pour something, the fire, it will fall down. This is under here.
The number plate was intact. It had not moved intact.
Nothing wrong with it.
We
remove it. We remove it and bring it to the headquarters. I can call, even if you ask for the body, he saw it. You ask other people like Jobate, by then he was a cadet, he saw it. Then we were waiting. We went, and then from there, after taking the photograph and other things, I say there that we will not leave no stone on the grass. When they are saying this vehicle,
what did you mean by that?
We're going to investigate this. This is the first time of such a kind of things to occur. What they are saying is not founded. We didn't see no skid mark, no wheel mark on the road, drawing the driver at a high speed, and the vehicle never somersaulted.
Let's just go back. You said you did not see any skid marks
Yes.
on the road.
Going,
What are skid marks?
But you see, when vehicle is going to about to somersault, you are not a police officer, but those who are police officers or those who are here, you see that the vehicle will not jump and somersault, or will not go like that. It has to draw you either on the right, then if you return your steering, the vehicle will come. Then you will be drawing with him. If you lose the control of the vehicle, then thereby this accident will occur.
What you're trying to say, Mr. Witness, is that because if a vehicle was to be overspeeding, before somersaulting, there would be skid marks on the road.
Yes.
Because of the lack of or loss of control of the vehicle.
Exactly, ma'am.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, ma'am.
And those skid marks were not present at
I
the
didn't
scene.
see it.
So
I did not. And I emphasize that.
And it is correct that you concluded, therefore, that the vehicle was not speeding.
I say it openly there.
And that it did not somersault.
I said this vehicle, there is no overspeeding here.
So what was your conclusion? How did the vehicle get
What I advised my men, I said, now this is talk of town. We have to go out, all of us, and gather information. I say, now, as a CID, there is three ways of information. Either you get information by inquisitive, or by voluntary, or by buying and selling. Somebody may come to you and say, I'm selling my information. you can buy it.
Mr. Bojang, before we get to that point, let's go back. You said when you got to the accident scene, there were a lot of people around. There was a huge crowd. Can you tell us who was in the crowd?
The Juntas are there and other people. I cannot count. Everybody wants to go to the side to see what is happening. Unless and until you don't have. You know, Gambian mentality, when small thing occurred, or especially this is the first in my lifetime to see that kind of things.
The junta members were present.
Yes.
Who amongst them was present, please? Give me their names, their ranks, and their positions at the time.
Who is absent is this man. Only chairman is absent. All of them are there. Even Peter, I saw Peter is putting a long sleeve. On his left-hand side, I don't know what is it, but I saw bandage there. I said, this is it.
Okay. Do you know, do you have an explanation for the bandage that was...
No, I don't have any. I have a suspicious, because I'm gathering information from the crowd there, what people are saying and what is happening. I asked myself first, because when we came from that place, then we mount an investigation.
Yes, Mr. Witness, please kindly tell us what your suspicions were and what were people saying about the bandage that was wrapped around Mr. Singate's arm.
Some people, I didn't confirm it yet because we never arrest on him to caution him, to ask him what caused this.
No, but you said you suspected.
Yes, information. What information? Some are saying that they are the people who did it. And if you look at the scene of the crime, you will know that the vehicle never somersaulted, never knocked anything. It's just parked and born. How can that be possible?
Let's just take it one step at a time so that we can be clear. We're on the subject of Peter Singate's arm that was bandaged.
His left hand, I saw bandage.
It was his
here.
left hand. Around which area of his?
I saw his
the forearm.
Is there. I saw here his bandage.
On his wrist? On his left wrist?
Left.
Okay.
Left,
well.
not right.
Let's go back to the council members. Was Sana Sabali there, the vice chairman at the time?
I saw him there.
Was Sadibu Haidara there?
Sadibu is there.
Okay. What were the positions at that time?
Well, I don't know, because people, I don't know what is their position, what is in their mind.
Just take it easy, Mr. Witness. Sadibu Haidara, what was his position in the government at the time?
He was the Minister of Interior.
Okay, very well. Was Edward Singate present?
He was the Minister of Defense.
And he was present?
He is there.
Yankuba Ture?
Yankuba is there, Minister of Local Government.
Okay. Did you see any of the family members of the late Koro Ceesay there present?
Yes, I saw so many family members, because one of them, my wife, is a family member of Koro Ceesay, and his father is my brother-in-law.
Who did you see? Which family members can you remember seeing?
So many of Joytonians at the scene. So many of Joytonians.
Not remember
I cannot remember.
Who you saw. Okay. If I can just kindly also take you back. You mentioned the fact that you suspected that the car was simply brought to the scene and parked there. Is that correct? Is that what you said?
This is what I'm saying, and this is my believing.
Okay.
And nobody can take me out of that.
Just to clear matters as well, can you just kindly tell us, by way of repetition, how what conclusion did you draw as to how the car was actually burnt? How did it burn down? I think you said something about it burning down. Can you just tell us what your conclusions were or what your suspicions were as to how the car burned down?
Okay, after when I left there, the scene, what's happened is that one NIA officer by name of Baba Sao, where the LG is right now, Sorry,
Mr. Witness, let me just take you back. At the scene of the accident, you mentioned the fact that the number plate was still intact.
Yes.
Yes.
And we removed the number plate, and I told my station officer and Alunjai, I said, this offense is committed somewhere else.
I am referring to the burning, Mr. Witness. Just hold on and just listen to my question clearly so that you can understand where I'm coming from. You mentioned the fact that the nature of the burning was such that the number plate was not burned.
Yes.
You mentioned the fact that it was a particular type of burning, and that is why the number plate was not burned. Can you just go over that? Because I think the commissioners may have missed it.
You know, why the number plate is not burned, it is inner part, this one covered. If you pour anything or any liquid on top of this and you put a fire on it, the fire is burning.
So you are saying that some sort of liquid or accelerant was poured on the car, and
Exactly.
that's how it was burned.
How it was burned. That is my suspect. That is my believing.
I ask you another question. If the car indeed was involved in overspeeding and then somersaulted, for example, and then eventually the car burnt up, can you tell us what would be the nature of that kind of burn? How would that burn basically happen?
The car, when it's involved in that, there must be a dented. It must be dented, hitting things aside the road aside.
And how would the fire start from that car, particular car?
If the fire starts it should be starting from the engine. But
So
that vehicle is a sealed engine. That's my doubt too. When I say to my men, when we return back, I give them lecture, and my findings I gave them.
Are you saying that if there was a collision or it somersaulted and the burn started from the engine,
Yeah.
then what would be the condition of the car? Would the number plate of the car still be intact, for example?
The number plate of the car, perhaps if he knocks, the vehicle will be dented and sometimes it will remain there. But this is a burning. This inner part was not burned. All over the car is burned too.
So your conclusion, therefore, was that the burning did not come from internally. It was not from the engine.
Yes,
This was a burn that was man-made. Somebody poured some sort of liquid on it and burnt the car.
Yes, this is my believing. And I said to my station officer, you wait until these three people send their report. When we ask them, we start to operate. If they say that it's that, we will know it. What they're going to write onto their report, we will know it.
Let's kindly move from this point and just go to the next day. What happened the next day after you finished your investigations? What did you do? Sorry, just one.
No, it's the same day in the evening because we went out. So the next thing, when I went out, listening to what people were talking, to get my information.
What were people saying?
People are saying, they are accusing the juntas, the Armed Force Provisional Ruling Council. They are accusing them. That's even Dipakunda at the burial ground there. People are talking about that openly.
What were they saying?
They are saying you people have killed this man, Koro Ceesay. People are talking that. They don't hide it. People are saying. But that's our information, their opinion. It's their opinion.
Was this the only information you received about Koro Ceesay's death?
No, we ask ourselves, when we start to lay our foundations, we first ask ourselves, he went to office with his holiday. He came back from the office with his holiday. He went to airport alone. Where the incident occurred, does he have any business on that site? The information we got, even those areas, they don't know who is Koro Ceesay. So that means that there is something hidden.
So you were saying that it was strange that his car was found at that particular location because he had no business there?
Yes, that is my opinion.
Okay.
And the information I have.
Can you kindly tell us when you inspected did you inspect the car first of all?
Well,
When
yes.
you got to the scene?
You know, my findings is to investigate who did the act.
I know. I'm asking whether you inspected the car. Did you look inside the car?
The car was burned to the inner part burned to ashes. There's nothing remains there.
Okay.
The sheets all are burned.
At this point, where was Koro Ceesay's body or remains?
He was removed from the car and taken to the hospital.
Do you know who removed him?
The fire service removed him.
All right.
So,
as part of your investigations, did you go and see or look at the body?
of Koro Ceesay?
Yes.
No, I didn't go there.
Tell us what you
Because
did.
I rely on autopsy report.
The autopsy report.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to rely my evidence on that.
Okay. Kindly proceed and tell us what you did.
So when I was there, then I said that
When you were where?
at the scene there,
Yes.
after we finished, I called the attention. I said openly that we are not going to leave no stone on top of this grass. We must try to prove this case beyond the shadow of doubt. So in the evening, I was along the Caraba Avenue. I went to supermarket. I found Baba Sao was standing.
Who is Baba Saho, please?
He's a NIA staff. Now
Do you know what his position was at the time and his rank?
He's a senior officer there. He might be superintendent or assistant superintendent. I don't know their ranks, but he's a senior officer. I found him standing at the door of near the cashier. Then I went in. I suspected him because he found me in the Gambia Police Force, and I do training.
What did you suspect him of?
I suspect that he is surveilling me.
You were under surveillance?
Yes, that's what I suspect. And I report the matter to his Director General, and I told him if he starts to surveilling me, it's going to be very bad detrimental to him.
So what did he do? How was he surveillancing you?
You know, I said that we're going to prove who did this, which I fear or favor. So whilst I scattered my men so that each and everyone could come with your information and I will discuss it. So I found him at the supermarket. Then I went to supermarket, like this pillar, then I put the pillar between myself and him, and then go down. The supermarket attendants, they assume I'm a criminal or I want to do something. Then I moved to the other side, stood, then I start to look at him. Then what I want to buy, I bought it, I came out. Then I stood under the light, waiting for transport to go to Bakau. He came and found me there. He told me that he stopped and said, where am I going? I said, I'm going to Bakau. Then he said he himself, he wants to go to Bakau, to Bambadinga. But he doesn't know where Bambadinga is. I said, okay, I will take you there.
Where was Bambadinga?
It's a bar and restaurants behind CFAO supermarket. So I took him there. Moment we all alerted from his car, and he locked his car. He entered into Bambadinga. Then I ran away. I went through Sanyankunda. I went to police station. I stand under the mango tree inside the fence. Then he came. Later he came. I saw him enter there, and then he went to my side, and then he came back. And when he left, I went to the station. I asked them, what this man asked you? They said, he asked us a name of somebody we don't know at Fajara. I said, thank you. This is what I want to know.
Did you suspect that he was looking for you?
I assume he is looking on me. I assume that he's looking at me. So,
do you know why he was surveillancing you or why you were under surveillance?
What I suspect, because we know each other, they know that case, if I follow it, I'm going to prove it. The Gambia Police Force, we know each other.
And do you know
each and everybody where you specialize is there. If you come to the fraud, you go to Fordebari, he will tell you. When you come to crime, you can see me, you can see Pambai, you can see others. We all specialize in certain subject. They know that in crime, if I'm coming for that, by pleas of Allah, Allah give me that knowledge. I'll prove it.
Kindly tell us where the NIA then got its instructions from.
Their instruction?
Yes.
NIA, they got direct instruction from their Director General to the President. They have no business with nobody. They are very powerful. When he came, they do amendment in their degrees and bring their powers is not to arrest, but now they have power to arrest, power to detain, power to investigate. They give them all necessary powers, which is even not in law.
Very well. Can we move on from that point? What happened afterwards? Did anything happen to your family at this point? Did you do anything in relation to your own family?
My family?
Yes.
After that, the door break, and the following morning I went to office. From the office I went to Sambaba, the Director General of NIA, and I warned him about this. I said, we are investigating this case. We are waiting the chairman, who is the AMFO, Provisional Ruling Council, is the chairman, is the command-in-chief of all armed forces. This is an internal matter. We are waiting for him. By then, Jibrin Juf was the IG. When Jibrin Juf was moved, AFPRC Jammeh came in.
Let's just go back. After you noticed that you were under surveillance by Baba Saho, did you do anything in relation to your family?
No, I asked my family to be vigilant and move. I moved them from the house I'm staying. I sent them, my family, to go home.
Why did you do that?
No, I know when I'm going to be attacked. If it's going to be cause my death, then my family will escape.
So you felt you were under threat? Did you feel you were under threat?
Yes, I know, but it's nothing. In any time as a CID officer, you are under threat because criminals are looking after you. You are looking after the criminals, and they are looking after you. And any attack you are attacking them, they can kill you.
Did you feel that your family was unsafe where they were, and that's why you moved them?
Yes, I feel that at that place, my families should not stay there. So far, I'm coming to hit certain things which may cause anything.
Okay. Kindly tell us what you did in relation to the case after this.
After?
You moved your family, you went to
After I moved my family, I continue my gathering information, we are tabling, I'm informing the IG, and then when Jibrin Juf was moved from the office, AFPRC Jammeh took over. We were there, and surprisingly, he came and told me that, yes, this case, close the file. The chairman said you close the file. I said, for what? He said, this is what he have. I said, okay, we are not going to close it. We're going to put it sunny die. Then I called the attention of my station officer. If he is here, you ask him, he will tell you. I told him that one day or the other, whether I will be in this world or not, this case will be investigated. This is it.
Okay. Kindly tell us, Mr. Witness, the reports that were due from the fire service, from the Department of Public Works, and the police mechanical unit. Can you tell us whether you received? I'm sorry, just hold on, Mr. Witness, so that our speeches don't overlap. Just hold on so that I can finish, and then just take some time before you respond. I just wanted to know whether you actually received these reports before you were asked to close the file.
As a CID man,
You mentioned it.
that reports will come in after we arrested the suspects, obtained their cautionary statement, then we will try to ask the mechanical superintendent to give us feedback to see which section of the law, because we are trying to build a prima facie case against the suspect. So in that case, we did not have any report from Ibunjai, one, that is Public Work Director General. Ibunjai, the former Inspector General of Police, by then he was not an Inspector General of Police. King, too, was a fire officer, but he became as Inspector General of Police. We did not receive nothing. From medical, I did not receive any autopsy report from them, because we are waiting until you arrest and then you charge, you have evidences, you can go and demand that and bill and send your file to Attorney General's chamber for legal advice.
What about the photographs that were taken?
The photograph
at the
is
scene?
remain
Just
at the...
slowly, Mr. Witness, please allow me to finish my questions.
Okay.
Before you answer, you need to take a short time because the interpreter is also interpreting in the background.
Okay.
If we are going too fast and our speeches are overlapping, they will not be able to interpret properly to the audience. So just take it easy and just wait for my question. The photographs that were taken by the scientific support officer, did you eventually get them?
I did not receive the photograph yet. The photograph is with the photographer. It's intact. That one is working directly under me. When we need it, he will go to the lab and prepare himself, and bring the negative attached to it.
Where is the photographer? This was a long time ago.
The photographer is late now. It's Alunjai.
Yeah, the question was whether you had these photographs at the time when you were compiling your file. Did you have the photographs? So were they part of your file or not?
I did not demand the photograph yet. As I said, we did not build the file yet. We are gathering information and to find out who are the suspects in this case. The evidence we have, whether it's a concrete evidence. So we will do that moment we have, because this is a different service. The police cannot go to the army and arrest.
Sorry, Mr. Witness, let's not go there. My concern now is about the file. You mentioned that when you were... sorry, Mr. Witness.
Mm-hmm.
When you were instructed to close the file, I assume that you had a file. Is that correct? You had a file, a case file of some sort.
When an order passed to me, I called my station officer by telling him that they said we closed the file. This file, we're going to close it Sunny day. And then the file was brought. I said, let us leave the file in the safe here. Then I put this file there. When I was leaving, I handed over the file and everything to the next person coming in.
Who was this? Who was
that
the next
was
person?
Tumani Sanyang.
What was his rank at the time?
He was superintendent.
Kindly tell us what was in this file when you were handing it over.
When we are handing over the file, we open the file. There's an accident which the Minister of Finance or Secretary of State lost his life. The station officer opened that file. The time the report came to the control room and our departure to the scene, from scene to the office, our movement was in that file.
You
we
recorded.
went out our movement to go on the ground to gather information, come back, we sit together, discuss which information is it correct, accurate, we have to rely on this, where we have to hit.
So you're saying that what was contained in the file was a narration of the events, how you investigated the case up to that point?
Exactly.
What happened to the number plate? The number plate that you removed from the... just slowly. What happened to the number plate of the car?
I said to you earlier that we removed the number plate and brought it to the police headquarters. I said to you that there are people who saw that number plate. If you call them to this commission here, they will confirm it. Yes, they saw the number plate lying down there.
Mr. Witness, we do not know who these people are, and I don't think you meant... just slowly allow me to land, please. You took the number plate from the scene. Who did you hand it over to when you went to the police station?
The number plate, I put it on top of, behind the building, the story building there. There is a flat, small building there. On top of it, we put it there because we did not have an exhibit store where we can keep it in there. If we have an exhibit store, it will be there. I placed it, but this is why I said, by then, Fodebar was not transferred to NIA. He was among those people who are they are investigating too.
Sorry, that's not clear. I don't understand, Miss. Can you just repeat what you said?
I said, the number plate, when we remove it, we came with it and put it on top of that small building, behind the story building, the police headquarters. There is a small building there, we place it there. We do not have exhibit store. Like other places, we have exhibit store. You pack everything in exhibit store.
I understand. When you were asked to close the file, you mentioned that you handed over the file to the person that was taken over from you.
Yeah.
You did not mention that you handed over the license plates.
No, I hand over the file to this, but number plate I don't put it there because it's lying down on top there. We don't need it. When he said we close the case file, so we all are discouraged on this matter. We don't have any other thing. Why I concentrate the file is to know what's happened on that matter. And those who are going to investigate, they can able to go very easily when they saw the file.
Do you know anyone else in your department who was actually investigating this particular case?
Who investigate this matter?
Yes, at the police headquarters. Do you know of any other units that were investigating?
Any other person?
Yes, please.
Well, I'm aware that Fodebar 2 has done investigation on this matter, but I did not see his file. I did not discuss with him what is his finding.
Who are you referring to?
Fodebar.
He was at the police at the time?
He was a police.
So, okay, in what unit?
He was in charge of the accountability.
Sorry?
He was in charge of accountability sections.
Accountability sections?
Yes.
Very well. Do you know who the CMC was at the time?
CMC was Pambai.
Did he do his own investigations?
No, I don't know, because the day he was fired, I was going out, then I met up with Fatih, one man from the State House. We call him Malaik al-Maut. If you saw him in your office or...
What did they call him?
Malaik al-Maut. If you see him there, somebody is dismissed, or they're going to arrest somebody, or somebody is promoted.
Can you just tell us what that means?
Because to see that man, know that the Armed Force Provisional Ruling Council, either they will arrest you or you lose your job. So they call him Malaika al-Maut. I know him personally. He's not alive. And I met up with him. I said to him, yeah, you come to police headquarters. Let me go out. Then I went out. Then I came back. Moment I reached, I got information at the information table, at the desk. There, Pambai is fired. I said, what? They said, Pambai is fired. I said, what's happened? They said they don't know. That's all.
Was there any rumor about how he came to be fired, or why he was fired? Or do you have your own suspicions?
Well, me personally, I will not say a lie. The rumors, anything which happened here, we don't know. I don't know. So many things we are saying, but I don't know.
Do you know whether it was because he was investigating the death of Koro Ceesay? Sorry, can you give us an answer?
That one, no. I don't know whether he himself is doing that, because everybody wants to find a credit for himself. All the senior officers, all the investigation teams, each team is prepared to say that I proved this case. You know, in those days there is a competition within us. And we know each another. So like you and I, we are specialized on this, we go in. That's why when you came before me as a council and environment, I take you on the corner.
Kindly tell us, during your investigations, whether you had any suspects. Did you have any suspects?
Yes.
Who were your suspects?
My suspect, I don't know others, but my suspects are Peter Singate, is my #1 suspect. His brother, is #2 suspect.
Which brother?
Edward. #2 suspect.
Edward who?
Singate. Yankuba Ture is my other suspect.
Why?
And then we have with their bodyguards.
Why did you suspect them?
Why? Because the information I gathered, it involved these people. These 3 people I'm talking, it involved them. And these 3 people, what they did, we were aware of it, and nothing comes. So what they are going to do, their bodyguard or their warlords are going to be involved, exercising when they use. For example, servicemen, they respect their bosses. When they saw their bosses kicking you, they will kick you. If beating you, they will beat you. What their bosses are doing, they do it to satisfy their boss.
Kindly tell us what information you received that made you draw that conclusion that Yankuba Ture, Edward Singate, Peter Singate were involved in the death of Koro Ceesay. Kindly tell us what information you received and from whom.
The information I have that this man, as we start to investigate, at the airport, they parked their vehicle behind Koro Ceesay. That's the information we have. And who did
From
it?
who, please? Just before you continue, from who did you receive this information?
My informer, no. I'm not telling you my informer.
Fair enough. Okay, please proceed.
I will not, there's no law.
Fair enough, Mr. Witness. Please proceed to tell us what your informant told you.
I can tell you that the information I receive, I know they are accurate information. I know that.
What is the information, please?
My information is that this man was brutally killed and brought him to the highway, and that bush and light the vehicle and pour liquid, either kerosene, gas oil, petrol, or any liquid form, and burn it. Because if you look at it for yourself, if you are driving a car and your car got fire, you can easily open the door and go out to save your own life. But how can you be sitting like this on board the car and you burn to acid? Although if God said that is the way you're going, nobody can escape.
Can you tell us, from the information you received, who was alleged to have burnt down the car and burnt down the late Koro Ceesay inside?
My information based on these three people. My information based that the action was taken in the house premises of Yankuba Toure. I can tell you that. My information came to say that that particular night, Yankuba moved his family to Bakau State House. I can tell you that too.
Do you know when this was? Can you tell us the time?
This happened after departure.
No, I mean, what year, what date? Do you remember?
Oh, I said 2005.
Was it in 1995?
1995. 1995 could be that.
Once you received information that these three people were involved in the murder of Koro Ceesay, did you question any one of them?
No. I did not question. We are waiting the order from the Chief of Armed Force, commanding the Chief of Armed Force, the chairman, the president, to tell the Inspector General or the Minister of Interior, because by then, Lamin Karabajo was the Interior Minister. Sadib was the Interior Minister. After Sadib was moved for alleging to overthrow the state, then Kababajo came in.
But at the time, it was Kababajo who was the Minister of Interior. Is that what you're saying, at the time of Koro Ceesay's death?
Yes. Yeah. This is Kabao, this. No, the time of his death was Sadib Haidara. Was not Koro Ceesay, because Sadib was at the scene. And they went to convey this man. He was not according to my information, he was not at the house of Yankuba Toure, but he was at the scene where the incident occurred, as I said.
Do you know whether the Ministry of Interior or the state led any investigations into the death of Koro Ceesay?
No, I don't have contact with the Minister of Interior. It's only the IG who has contact with him.
You don't
Any
know.
information, I will pass it to the Inspector General of Police. He will pass it to him.
Can you tell us whether there was any public announcement made on the death of Koro Ceesay?
Yes, my station officer came and said to me that the PRO of Armed Force Provisional Ruling Council, Captain Jallo, says that the chairman said, let them not do anything to this. He spoke over the air. I say, he says, I say, okay, thank you. Let them come. If he say that, let him allow us to open the file. We go ahead.
Sorry, can you just clarify what the PRO at that time, the Public Relations Officer, Ibu Jallo, said? What was the official information that was said?
What I heard, I did not hear the information, the announcement. I did not hear it. He said that Captain Jallo spoke in the media that the head of state says, let them not do nothing to this man. And these people went and do. I said, this is a clear manifesto that they did this act. Nobody. A Minister of Finance and this kind of nature of the crime have never occurred here. For what?
Can you tell us whether the public, the official information was that the late Koro Ceesay died from a car accident? Is that what the public, the official information
that
out
was
there
the
was?
False information that the Minister of Finance involved a car accident and he died.
Apart from that announcement, was there any other announcement that was made after that by the government about the death of Koro Ceesay?
Me, I do not listen to that.
Do you believe that Koro Ceesay actually died from a car accident?
Koro Ceesay was killed somewhere else, and then they came and cooked that plan, and their plan cannot go. Their plan is premature, too much. Even an infantry CID knows that cannot be up.
Mr. Witness, did you receive instructions to actually investigate this case, the case of Koro Ceesay? Did you receive official information to actually investigate it? Or did you take it upon yourself as OC Serious Crimes at the time to investigate?
Okay, you know, when a crime occurred, it has been reported in the church office. It's the duty of the police officers to inform the CID. CID will come out with their scientific support. Fingerprint, photographers, they will come, the lifters. They will go to the scene. After visiting the scene, they will come and open file, standby.
Mr. Witness, we are running out of time, unfortunately. I just want you to answer. It's a very direct question. Did you receive instructions to investigate the case?
We are waiting for an instruction from the IG, from the president to IG to open the investigation. We are waiting for that.
But you already told us that you went to the scene and you started investigations.
Yes. You know, well, this is what I was explaining to you. When a crime is reported, they will come and inform you, and then you enter it into your diary, you open a file.
So which means you did not receive any instructions, you went and investigated?
No, that is the duty of the police. Police is there to execute the law and orders.
Well,
when the crime occurred and they report it to you, that is a report. It's a report, you have to open a file.
Very well. That's what I was
When you open a file, excuse me, when you open a file, you prepare yourself to go to the scene and see what type of operandi, operandi you find there, mode of operandi, which criminal does it. You have to know your criminals, the mode of their operandis. Then when you come, you prepare, you open your file. Then from there you start to go ahead. IG will not come and tell you this house was breaking, what is your outcome of it? It's you who will prepare your file, you finish with it, you inform that we are on this side. The IGs do know that this is the talk of the town, this is the major crime has occurred in this country, first in history. Then we are waiting because our suspect is in the other side. So we are coming. Okay. So now the order is that we are to execute the law without fear or favor of any individual concern.
Thank you, Mr. Witten. Just 1 minute, I need to confer with Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I will need about 10 or 15 minutes just to wrap up the witness, if I can continue. Okay, very well. Mr. Witness, it is correct that it is your duty as OC Serious Crimes to investigate serious crimes in the country. You confirmed this, it is correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You also said during the course of your testimony that you would leave no stone unturned during the investigations. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You also said that you would not be intimidated by any force when you were being, when you were under surveillance from the NIA. You mentioned that you would not be intimidated, and that is what they were trying to do. They were trying to intimidate you of the case. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just wanted to ask, when you were asked to close the file, why you decided to close the file, having taken it upon yourself to actually investigate the case and basically to start investigations and to find out what happened to Koro Ceesay? Why did you decide to close the file when you were given instructions to do so?
Well, you know, it's a shock to me. They waste my energy, prepare myself for coming out, because I thought I will come to prove my case beyond the shadow of the doubt. Other side too, they are talking, they will come up. So when he said, the chairman says, close the file, I'm collapsed. So I have no way.
Are you saying that you had no other option but to close the file at that point?
Yes, I said to my station officer, I said to him that this is what is on the floor, but let us keep this file. One day or the other, whether I will be in this world or not, this case will come. This kind of brutal matter, killing, must stop in this country.
So why did you not take it upon yourself at that point to actually continue investigations if you felt so strongly about it?
No, I'm working. This is a service. I'm working according to orders. I cannot force myself to do something. If the state says stop, stop. What power do I have? I don't have any other power.
Did you, after the investigators at the TRRC contacted you, did you make any efforts to...
I make an effort. I
haven't finished my question. I haven't finished my question. Please listen to the question. Did you make any efforts to locate the case file that you had handed over, as well as the number plate that you had left on top of the roof at the building? Did you make any effort to locate these items?
I said I made an effort. I went personally for myself to the police headquarters, and I contacted the officer commanding serious crime. Then from there I went to the crime management coordinator, Mr. Sar. I said to them, search your area and this file must be out.
What were
he said to me, Sar said to me, the commission asked him for the autopsy report. I said, me, I want the file. This is what I told him. The following day, I went, I couldn't find him there. I went there 3 times, I couldn't meet me. I did not go. But I went to the officer commanding serious crime and I said to him, I said, check your handing over notes and let me see the file itself. And then he saw me his handing over in the computer. I did not see. He saw only other matters, which I know. That is one of the ex-army officers whom I'm the arresting officer too in that case. Where I found him with the pistols. He showed me, I said, I'm not interested in this case. I'm talking about Koro Ceesay's file. Then I left him there, I left.
So you're saying that you have not been able to locate the case file or the number plates that you took from the scene?
Number plate I checked on top there. I couldn't see it.
Very well. Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. That's all for you today. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Too.
Okay. Thank
Sorry,
you, Mr.
Counsel.
Chairman.
What was your last request?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That is all for the witness for today. If the commissioners would like to ask any questions, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Counsel. Thank you very much, Mr. Bojang, for your testimony. Commissioners, if you have any questions, Manima, Commissioner Bojang, you have the floor.
Commissioner Bojang. Chief Bojang, what was your reason of collecting the number plate from the scene to the office?
I beg your pardon?
I said, what was your reason of collecting the number plate to your office?
My reason of removing the number plate to establish a prima facie case against the suspect that the vehicle, the crime does not commit where the vehicle rests. I want to prove that it's intentionally and deliberately born this young man to ashes. That's why I removed the number plate to take it to police headquarters to show that this number plate, if it's the real, the car was born, the fire must start from the engine to go to back.
So why didn't you include it in your handing over notes?
Because nobody, why I did not replace it there, because me personally, when I said stool down, after you do the job and you hope you are coming and then somebody discourage you onto that. That's why I leave it, because I personally, I know that I will not hand over that number plate to nobody, because it will not be affected. The man in power says that stool down, you cannot do anything. If you do it, you lose your life. That's why I not. He said, put it down, I put it down. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Commissioner Carr, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. I have a couple of questions. The first is, do you know what happened to the vehicle later?
The vehicle will leave it there. I personally will leave the vehicle there. Nobody needs the vehicle. Again, me, I do not need it, because the vehicle is directly under the Director of Public Work, that is Ibunjai.
The second question is, at the time, did you get the autopsy report? And what did it say, if you did?
No, Commissioner, I did not receive the autopsy report yet, because I would demand the autopsy report when I compile my file. Then I will know what I'm saying, then I will put my things in place.
Final question is, you said you noticed some, in Peter's left hand, if I got you right, a bandage. Did you notice anything unusual in the other council members too?
No, what I saw, because his name was called, according to information I'm receiving, and I saw his long sleeve here, I saw his hand here, this hand here. I saw bandage here, go inside. It lead here. I did not see the end of bandage inside, but this end I saw that his hand is bandaged. But I don't know what is there. My informer told me, look at him. Then I watched on him. I said, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Or Imam Jallo, please, you have the floor.
Imam Usainu Jallo. Witness, you told us here that some gendarmes and Yaya Jammeh invaded your office and beat you mercilessly. What was the outcome of that incident? Did anything happen?
Yes. The whole forces join together, they do their investigation. As I said my Inspector General of Police, that is Sidney Riley, came to me. And he told me that now this matter is going to be solved. They're going to ban the Zanab. Be patient. He told me that.
It seems Yaya Jammeh has always been a very indisciplined officer. What would you ascribe to his continued existence in the armed forces of the Gambia? Who would you blame for it?
Commissioner, you see, Yaya's attitude is not complimentary according to the rules and regulation of service. A serviceman must have a discipline, but this man didn't have any discipline. Whatever he liked, he would do it, and he make himself as a hero. during his tenure in the office as a Saddam officer, he has a problem with police all the time. So the information we are hearing, police are preparing to fight with him, to do anything, because that's why one of the police officers beat him mercilessly at Denton Bridge. Baba Fofana beat him mercilessly at the Denton Bridge. You see, he's like that type of person, and he used to move with these criminals, these money doublers. You see, I know him very well.
Thank you. Commissioner Jones.
Mr. Bojang, regarding the photographs that were taken by Ali Njai, did you ever get to see printed copies of the pictures that were taken?
No, ma. The photographer is there with us. When we compile our file, now that was going to be the time I will demand the photograph with negative to compile the file and send to Attorney General's chamber for further action. Whether this section I do recommend, whether it's appropriate or not, whether it's going to be additional charge or not. But I did not receive the photograph from him. We are waiting the last order, go in, the military police will arrest, come to us, we tell them we want A, B, C, D, bring them. When they bring them to us, we'll caution them on judge's rule and charge them for the offense, obtain their cautionary statement and charge them for the offense. And if they want, let them go, because it's a very serious crime, and we have to call an independent witness to say that they are not tortured or induced or any other thing. They speak of their self independently. Nobody harass them.
Okay. My second question is, who became the custodian of the pictures? Was it part of the file that was handed over to SAR, or did the police maintain or retain the pictures as well as the negatives?
Repeat your question.
Who became the custodian of the pictures that were taken? Because you handed over the file to Mr. SAR. Were these pictures part of the things handed over, or at least the, what do you call it?
The custodian of the picture will be the photographer himself. He's the man in charge. You know, we scientific support, we have photographer, we have fingerprint and footprint lifters. So these are the organs the CID has to move with. So the photograph, the moment you need, you tell him that I need the photograph now. He will go to the lab and send it to you with the negative. Then you take it, put it in the envelope. He will put it in the envelope and then bring it. You put it in the file. You have to send that with the file to the AG's chamber for legal advice.
So that means up until the time you handed over the file, these pictures were not received by the police?
Yes, ma. Even the mechanical report, I did not receive it from 3 of them. The fire officer, I did not receive that. The autopsy report, I didn't go to the RVA to take it. The photograph, I didn't take nothing, because you cannot take those people when you don't have your file yet. You didn't have cautionary statement and voluntary statement, the witness statement. You have to get all this before you demand this. We are waiting the last order, go ahead, because it involved a serviceman, different, and at that time was a crucial time. We know what happened 1994, 22nd July, and 11/11, we call it 11/11, 11th day of November 1994. The servicemen, if you ask them, they know. We know what happened 11/11. Who are these people? We know them.
Thank you. Commissioner Samba.
Yes, Commissioner Samba. Mr. Bojang,
No.
what I wanted to know is the time you were launching this, you were doing these investigations, these 4 juntas, are they among the date you were doing this?
Whether they are?
Among the scene where you were doing that investigation?
You know, I saw them at the scene. I saw Edward is there, Peter is there, Yankuba is there. I saw them. And when I went to the Pakunda, when they were praying the Koro Ceesay, people were talking. I saw Peter, Edward came with his car and then entered. Then I stood aside watching on them, watching their movement.
Thank you, Imam C. You have the floor, please.
Chief Bojang, Chief Bojang, Imam C. Naka jam biñ la jamon bar naka la mel ci sa yaram bi ba legi bar yakalu la dara.
How did the stabbing that you got from your back, how did it affect you?
You know, it's only God who saved my life. No bayonet is full of tetanus. Still yet I'm having a pain. Sometimes this neck sometimes is stiff. They stabbed me very seriously, to be candid. But one man cannot fight a dozen all by himself. And they found me, I was undressed. If I'm not undressed, it will be another thing.
Thank you. Bishop, you
Koro
have
ki
sorry.
Koro Ceesay biñ ko fekke ci auto bi.
When they found Koro Ceesay inside the vehicle,
Lakkon na be mu jeg wala amna luñ fa fekkon ci mom.
was he completely burnt or were there some parts of his body left?
Well, Koro Ceesay was born to ashes. It's a very, very brutal way of burning human being. I have never seen it. That kind of things, no. I have never seen it. I don't mean that it never happened, but I have never seen it.
Thank you. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Chief Muhammed L.K. Bojang. Now, given the fact that you had series of problems with Jammeh when he was a military policeman, how did you felt when you heard that he had overthrown the democratic government of Sir Dawda Jawara at the time?
Thank you. I personally, I blame the security themselves, because I ever account the same thing in 1981, and we insist that they would not take over. Although they took over in 1981, Kukoi took over the state house, but he never took over. All the ministers are with us. We are firing. If these people took over, Captain Suarez is standing at the bridge. The bridge will be, we're going to have another bridge, but not that bridge. No, it's something which they cook. Because all the servicemen, we all heard that there is going to be a coup, because President has to seize all the arms from the police. Police were empty-handed. That's why they are succeed. Otherwise, they will not succeed. This court decide that they were going to take over. That's why.
Thank you very much indeed. Mr. Bojang, do you have any concluding remarks to make? If you do, please proceed to make them now.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner. I will urge all my fellow citizens, let us put at the back of our mind, this country belongs to us. And let us not allow this type of action to be done in our country. It takes us backward. Gambia is a very small country, and at the same time we are one family. We should try to be united. If somebody wants to cause any problem, advise him not to do it. Going to the 22 years ruling in this country, if you multiply, you divide, you subtract, and you add, you know that Gambia has gone backward. What Gambian doesn't know, that's what happened here. We don't know killing. We don't know torturing. We don't know abuse of human rights. I could say even human rights is in Gambia. Because Gambians have no bad mind to anybody. Any stranger who may come to this country, you enjoy as they enjoy. So we should try and to avoid this kind of things. Because according to information we gathered, it's because of the budget speak, the man want to deliver and they don't want it. That's all. And this is a war. We come here, we're going. We should try to be united and keep peace and tranquility within ourselves. And so far, this country is known as a smiling coast. We maintain that word and try to be one person, one nation, one Gambia. I advise all my colleagues, judiciary, and the people of Gambia to be one person. The money is for exchange, it's nothing. It cannot make you to bigger, cannot make you to smaller, cannot make you taller, cannot make you shorter. Where you are, it remains you there. So whatever God gives you, you take it. And we must put our back of mind that God feed us. Nobody can feed you. When you have that, it's finished. What you aim for yourself, you aim that for your fellow citizens. This Gambia, so we lose a Gambian like Koro Ceesay. What he should do for his country, he failed. For what? For the world. What benefits have they got right now? And I thank Almighty God, I thank the Commission, what they are doing to reveal the truth. And the truth is the name of God. And I do say it during my tenure in the office. They call me bombardment. I say you release the truth as a missile bombardment, whether your mother, your father, or whosoever, don't look face, don't look eye, don't look hand. Say the truth. Don't look face, whether the person is beautiful like my colleague, counselor, don't look at it. Whether his eyes bald, is white, red, don't look. Proper hand means property. She has no property. Nobody has property. Who has property is only mighty God who can give you. So if you have that, these three things, you're free. So I thank you all for you people to come and say the truth. People will come voluntarily to say the truth. Say the truth. What happened is happened. It happened. We should not do it again, and we should forgive, but not forget. Because I will not forget what Jammeh did to me with his men. 30 men attacked me. You see. So for that reason, is that I thank Almighty God and His Prophet. I thank you all, and I thank my counselor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bojang, for those concluding remarks and for wise words. Thank you so much for your testimony as well. We are going to suspend our agenda meeting until 2:30. The next witness would be ready for the beginning of the afternoon session. Council, if there isn't any other point, we would adjourn the meeting until 2:30.
Yes, that's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Splendid. Thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned. We come back at 2:30.